May 26th, 2014. It is Memorial Day. My name is Lando. I'm here with my friend Obi. How are you, Obi?
I'm excelente.
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 How's your holiday going?
Not bad. I had a nice, easy day at work. Nice and relaxing.
Good for you. What time is it, my friend?
It is sexy time.
It is sexy time, and
I
what time
like.
of that PM is that?
Hold on, it's 7:23.
You're listening to 7:23 p.m. May 26, 2014. It happens to be Memorial Day. It's a great day for any American in this town, in this place, I guess. You are listening to the Super Magic Sex Show. Welcome.
Ow.
All right. This is something that's new for the show this is episode 4, by the way, so this is something new as of episode 4, since our email is up and running at supermagicsexshow@gmail.com. That's as straightforward as it can possibly get. supermagicsexshow@gmail.com. We are now taking intro catchphrase submissions. So this first catchphrase submission comes from Striker Sinclair. Striker Sinclair asks, have you ever done something that I did around this time last year? It was a total nightmare. Have you ever tried going to sleep sober? If you did, you're listening to the Super Magic Sex Show. It's very difficult. We have another one. We have another
That's
one.
awesome, Sinclair. I just have to say,
Striker Sinclair. Can't go to
like
sleep
that.
sober.
He sounds like a Jamaican soccer player.
I totally
love
does.
it.
And I don't know who this guy sounds like. This is from Lego Pimp Cup, which is probably like the second coolest
I
name.
want one. A Lego, a pimp
Think of
cup
that,
with
like a
Legos
leg.
instead of
Like,
jewels.
do you understand what this represents? Legos
Oh, that's awesome.
and a pimp cup, and a Lego, and a pimp cup made of Legos. He says something that I don't know. It's a good catchphrase, I suppose. And he emailed it to us. It's Super Magic Sex Show. He said, welcome to Super Magic Sex Show. It's your favorite children's show for people who dislike children. Okay. Very
All right.
good.
All right.
Good. Those are some good catchphrases. Thank you. And you, ladies and gentlemen, just keep them coming. And again, that's at supermagicsexshow@gmail.com. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Yes, feel good.
Do you have any good news?
Good news. I do have some.
Again, I want to just remind the listeners of something very important. Obi came up with one of the most brilliant ideas about a month ago, because we're sort of conceptualizing the show and figuring out what we wanted to do, and we knew that we were going to do news, but he's like, well, I've got something revolutionary. He didn't say it like that, but that was the truth. He's like, I'm actually going to come at you with good news. I was like, okay. He's like, no, listen, think of that. Think about what that means. I'm going to give you good news for the first time maybe you've ever heard in a decade, because if you really think about it, anything you hear on like Fox or CNN or the Daily Show or MSNBC, it's pretty much just bad news about some politician who's screwing you over, or somebody who's like cheating on their wife, or whatever it is.
People
For the first time, we
shot.
have a source of purely good news on a weekly basis, and that is awesome. What you got?
Woohoo. This week, actually took me, I was scared this morning because I was scrambling before I had to go to work trying to find some good news. I couldn't find any. And so
Because your job is hard.
I couldn't fucking find any good news.
Right.
It's sad.
You've
Anyway,
been trying all week. It's coming down to the wire.
right. So
Okay.
I find this little gem.
Okay.
And basically, malaria has always been bad in a lot of third world countries.
True.
It's a nasty little virus. Or it's not even a virus. It's a protozoan, like an amoeba almost, a single-celled organism that gets into your bloodstream via a bite from a mosquito.
Okay.
And gives you flu-like symptoms, convulsions, and eventually death.
I heard you can hallucinate from it.
Yeah,
I mean, I heard
it
it's
screws
really,
you up.
really
High
gnarly.
fevers.
Yeah,
high,
yeah.
it attacks your liver. It straight up it just destroys you from the inside out. So they found some children in Tanzania, I think about 1,000 of them, that are naturally immune to malaria. So these kids have volunteered to become guinea pigs to create the first effective malaria vaccine, something that can actually prevent people from ever getting it.
Out of what? You like take their
Find out whatever it is that's in their
blood?
bloodstream and they do tests on it, and they've narrowed it down to some. I don't know all the technical things about it because I'm not a doctor, but they've figured it out, and they've been testing it on
You're a
lab
doctor
rats.
in my eyes.
Oh, thank you, Lando. Thank you, Dr. Obi.
Okay,
So they're on their way to creating a vaccine, and things are looking up. It's tested well with lab rats. They're going to move on to monkeys. Sorry for any animal rights activists out there. This is animal testing, but I think it's for the best.
yeah, and plus you could probably use it on the apes who also got malaria. I don't know if apes get malaria.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Anyone who has updated information on the stats to annual malaria fatalities, or the specific locations of those, or the progress of this medical development, shoot us an email at supermagicsexshow@gmail.com, and we'll respond to you immediately. You can either just address the whole show. It doesn't matter if it's Lando or Obi.
Yeah, I'd like
Either
to
way.
know.
Either way, we're checking it on an hourly basis. So that's what's up.
I'm sure you can just
In
Google it.
a very rare event, this is crazy. This is one of the. This is our first episode where I think you have good news in the world, and I also have good news in the world.
Do you have good news too?
I do have good news
All right.
too. Well, this is like partially good news, and it's sort of it's sort of tough to tell. It's gonna be good news. I think eventually it's on the cusp of being good news. Have you heard of you ever seen the movie Soylent Green?
I haven't.
Nobody has. It was a sleeper. It was just this horrible movie that I think was made in 1973, and it was about like a dystopian future where the world, or like the majority of the world's population is in a slave state.
Okay.
Almost like a communistic sort of thing.
Like a Brave New World
Kinda.
type thing.
Kinda like a 1984 kind of feel.
Okay,
Whatever.
gotcha.
So everyone's working all day in order to afford food and essentially fuel for this massive working class, this majority working class. There's this daily kind of like food line supplement called Soylent Green, where society just waits in line every day to get their like this like highly nutritious wafer
Right.
that gives them fuel to keep on working.
Okay, yeah.
And the climax of the movie is when the individual, like when the workers find out that, and this thing is called Soylent Green, like this food product,
The wafer.
the wafer.
Okay.
And the climax of the movie is when the individuals, the human workers, find out that Soylent Green is made out of dead human beings. The ones who died, they keep on eating for fuel to keep on working. Like, it's very dark.
Yeah.
And there's this really dark scene where he's like, the government's dragging this guy away from the factory, and he's like, Soylent Green is made out of people. People. Okay. So anyway, right now there's this guy named Bob Reinhardt, and he is a 20-something out of California, and he started a company called Soylent, which is the worst name for a company ever, and it's loosely based off this movie.
It's creepy.
And yeah, it is creepy, but his idea, and that's the bad news of it.
Right.
But his idea is, in my opinion, extremely intelligent, and it's very good news. His product is called Soylent, hence the name of the company, and it's a liquid combination. It's actually a powder that you mix with water, and it's full of various proteins. And basically, the idea is that if you only ate Soylent, and he's tested this out on himself and other people, you can only consume Soylent. If you only consume Soylent, you can live. Like, you can sustain yourself. You don't have to eat organic food as we know it now.
Is this in pill form? Is he
No,
taking it as
it's in a powder form,
It's a
and you mix it
powder.
with water. So basically, here's what it contains. It contains oat flour. There's roughly 32 ingredients to it. Mainly they're different proteins, minerals, and other multivitamins and things like that.
Yeah.
All right. So there's oat flour, maltodextrin, rice protein, canola oil, fiber, potassium glutamate, sodium, iron, zinc, small traces of chloride, and a bunch of other things. But basically,
Chloride.
there's male and female dosages. For male dosage, the most you're going to get is 2,400 calories with absolutely no traces of cholesterol whatsoever. He's tested this on himself. He lived off of it and nothing else for 30 days, as many others have done for more than 60 and up to 90 days. In response to like why he wants to make this product, he says, some people call it the future of food. It's a total food, and it also combines fish oil and canola oil. And basically, he's saying that it's only a matter of time before we're not going to be able to depend on organic food as we know it today. We're going to have to improve somehow. He says that, well, if we can put like water fountains in every park in America, or most parks,
Yeah.
if we can have public water fountains, if we can create clean water, why can't we take my simple product and pump it through the same sort of systems and have it flowing through the water fountains all throughout America, or all throughout I don't know, what's a horribly impoverished nation? Name one.
Somalia.
Somalia. Have kids in Somalia drinking Soylent all day and staying alive and living for like $1 or less a day. Because, I mean, this stuff is super cheap. Right now, it tastes like garbage and it has a stupid name. And I think if it's going to sell, he needs to make it taste like, blueberries and steak and great things. Right now,
Yeah,
like
that'd be good.
the whole marketing is bad, but the idea and the product, I think, is just great news.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah, that's
it's
pretty-
called Soylent. It's this dude. It's Rob Reinhardt's.
So what do these people look like that have been eating? Do they look like healthy? Do they look,
They're like,
have they lost
no,
muscle mass?
no, they're like sort of like middleweight white hipster guys. You know what I mean, with really cool mustaches.
so are we all
and
gonna-
girlfriends?
Are
and
we
stuff.
all gonna look like them if you start eating this all the time?
Maybe. I think so.
I guess that's not so bad.
Yeah, but apparently it makes you smell bad.
Oh, like what?
I don't know. They just said it makes you smell different. What else is going on? Always good. Summer jams. Do we have anything?
Summer jams. No, I don't.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie about this. All right, here's where I figure out my summer jams. And this is where I listen to the podcast, and this is where I just ruminate on my life and whatever. Guess where it is?
Where?
It's in the whip, man. Like when I'm in
Of
the
course,
car.
of course.
When
I
I'm in
don't.
the car.
My CD player doesn't work in my car,
Okay.
so it's
You
really.
gotta. Well, no. This wasn't even my
sucks. It
CD player
sucks.
either, because you don't find your summer jam through a CD player. You find it on the radio. Because you need to know what's going on today.
Oh no! Well, all right. What have you found?
Dude, don't judge. Don't even judge.
All right. What is it?
Katy Perry.
Oh
Dude, it's true. Birthday. Have you heard it?
no.
Dude, listen. It's legit.
Okay. How does it? What are the lyrics like?
Well, she talks about like birthday parties, birthday suit,
Okay, that's good.
and that's cool with
that's
me.
a good
And that's
mental
kind of
picture.
where I end it. That's kind of where I don't need to listen anymore. You've scored enough points in my book. After saying that, then I'm done. I'm like, you got my vote.
Katy Perry has it easy.
She does have it easy,
She can just say
but
that.
she hits that high note, man.
Yeah, I guess
She's
so.
got game.
All right, maybe I'll check it out.
All right.
Maybe it's got to be better than whatever that LFO song was last week that we were laughing at for an
the
hour.
summer jam called Summer Girls.
I think we need to reinstate the summer jams, or just make fun of a bad song again. That was a lot of fun.
Oh no, we're gonna do that.
That was tons of
as soon as
fun.
possible, and I've got a couple ideas.
There's endless amounts of horrible pop songs
Yeah,
out there.
it's not rocket science. What do we do? Take a word from our sponsor.
Yeah, let's take a quick little jam break.
All right.
And we'll be back.
Very good.
Adios. I mean, hasta luego.